welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing another design with me. This one is going to be for our August budget. But before we get started, my name is Michaela Barnhart. For those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel. If you're not new here, then welcome back. So we are going to do our budget design with me today. Just to kind of throw a few things out there, I am using a Silhouette Cameo 4 to cut my stickers. And I'm obviously, as you can see, using Silhouette Studio to design them. I have the 4.4 version of the Studio. That just seems to work best for me. But yeah, so I think that's about it as far as things I need to cover. I am making this kit for the 7x9 Erin Condren planners. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're looking at dimensions and things like that. This is for the 7x9 version and not the bigger one, like the 8.5x11 or whatever. So just kind of keep that in mind in case you are using the bigger one. But other than that, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I always do is open up my previous month's budget because I've already created the kit. There's no point for me to redo that. I say that in all of my videos now. But I will show you how I've done things and kind of share the dimensions and stuff like that with you as we go. So let's go ahead and jump right in to this first page, which is our actual July budget thing. So obviously we're changing this over to August. I'm going to go ahead and zoom us in just a little bit. So I'm going to get rid of the words July budget because I'll remake that to say August budget in just a minute. So the first thing I want to show you guys how to do is insert patterns into your library. So when you open it up, you're going to go up here to library. Obviously you're going to have already bought your stuff off Etsy or wherever you get your digital papers from, and you're going to have them downloaded. I keep all of mine in a Silhouette drive, so that's what you see here. I just organize it by month. So I'm going to go into my August designs. I have it organized by the week that I was using the design for. For my monthly, I use this back to school design, so that's what I'm going to use for this as well. So I'm just going to grab it, and then I'm just going to drag it over to my library. Now I have already done this once because I did make my weekly kit, then I did it again to make my monthly kit, and I'm doing it again now. But I only do that because I want it to be at the top of the pattern list, which I will show you in just a second as soon as it finishes. So you just kind of drag it over, then you just let it go, and it will finish out, you know, copying and pasting them over. So hopefully, okay, there we go. This one has a lot, so it takes a little bit. All right, so we're going to get rid of that. That's all you do there. Now we're going to go back over here to design, and I'm going to show you what I meant. So if you click on this open fill panel, this little like palette, you can go to the pattern. Come on. And then scroll down. The top ones are patterns that are like generic for everybody that has Silhouette. Then down here are the patterns that you've entered. So if I hadn't redone, like re-uploaded it, then all of these would not have been the Love to Learn package, like the back to school package that I'm using. They would just be mixed in, so it makes it a little bit easier to be able to see what you got. So the first thing I'm going to do is choose my main pattern for this budget. So I'm just going to kind of click through and see what they look like. I know I want to use that for one of them, but I think for this, I'm going to use, let's see what this one is. No, I don't really want polka dots. I think I want to use the, I like the paper clips. Between the paper clips and the crayons. I think I'm going to use the paper clips for this one. So I'm going to choose the paper clips. Now I'm done with that. I'm going to choose these two that have a pattern as well, and I'm going to choose a different pattern for those. So I'm just going to do this striped one because it's nice and kind of suiting with this. So now that I have my pattern set, I need to decide what color I want to make this back, the back of these strips. So I'm going to come over here to a solid color. I'm going to grab my eyedropper and I'm just going to choose a color and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so we could use that. I feel like that's not as dark as it is there. There we go. I think I'm going to use that one. So I'm going to grab all of these burgundy-ish looking things and we're going to change them all to blue. Okay, so now I'm done with that. The only thing I have left to do here is make my script sticker that says August budget. I am going to share my dimensions with you as soon as we finish like making this sheet, and then I'll share my dimensions. So to do a text box or to add your script sticker, I did do a video all about script stickers, so definitely go check that out. I'm just going to quickly run through that process. So you click the A over here, then I'm going to choose the font Magnolia. I'm going to give it no cut outline, and I'm going to make it that blue color that we just made those. So I'm going to come over here, type out August budget. Okay, so now we have that. I'm going to choose it and then come over here to the star to create an offset. So once I have my offset there, I'm going to set it to be a white fill with no outline because I don't want it to cut since it will be on top of the other things. So now what I'm going to do is just kind of make it a little bit smaller. I still want the words August and budget to touch. Well, I guess I don't really have to for this one. Usually I keep them like that, but I will make it a little bit smaller. I'll go back up one. There we go. We're going to go right there with it. So now I'm going to choose it all and group it together. And now it will move as one solid thing. Obviously, it's a little too big, so at this point, you just have to kind of play around with it and get it to the size that you like it, and then you'll center it up. Come on. That looks pretty good. So, now that that is done, this whole sheet is ready to cut. I'm going to hit save just because I've had times where everything has crashed and I've lost work. So, I'm going to save it really quick, and now I'm going to share the dimensions with you. So like I was saying, the script sticker, you get to the dimensions you like and how big you want it based on your header. For the header itself, it is just a rectangle, and it is a width of 1.25 with a height of 6.44. So your height is really that length all the way across. So width of 1.25 and a height of 6.44. Now, all of these down here are the exact same, so I'm just going to share it one time. Again, they have the same longness of 6.44, but they are only 1/4 of an inch thick, so they have a height of 0.25. So that's those, and all those are the same. These little boxes are just transparent white boxes that they pick up whatever colors behind them, and those have a width of 0.856 and a height of 0.169. So that's what we've got there, and that finishes out this entire thing. Obviously these little words, I have typed them out. You don't have to do an offset behind those, just type them and then place them where you want. And I just made them as big as the box that they're in would allow me to make them to stay inside that box. So that's kind of how I did all of that. So again, I'm just going to save it really quick. And then we're going to move over here to the header and the weekly page. So for this one, whoa, what did I do? I didn't mean to undo. All right, so we're going to come down here. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the word July because, again, I don't need that. I'm going to get rid of this because I also am going to change the color. And then this down here for my weekly check-in, the pattern, I'm going to make it the same with the paper clips that I just used. That way I kind of have that cohesiveness across those. These patterns for my monthly view, I'm going to make into this one. Okay. I'm going to make all of these skinny ones, those same diagonal lines that I did for the last one, just to kind of keep it all cohesive. And then these two, I think I'm going to make, no, I don't want stars. We'll go with, well, I don't really like that one either. Let's go with polka dots. Where'd the polka dots go? That's not polka dots. That's polka dots, but not the ones I wanted. Thought we had bright colored polka dots. Let's go with, we'll go with the thumbtacks, I guess. We'll go with that. Okay, so now that I have that done, I'm going to change this color to match that blue that we used last time, as well as both of these. So I'm going to make all of them that blue color that we used in our August budget. And now we're going to make the scripts for this. So again, I'm going to choose the Magnolia font. You can use whatever font you want. This is just the font that I like. I found it on Etsy, and I just think it looks pretty nice. So we're going to have one that just says August, and then we're going to do one that is weekly check-in. Okay, so now that we've got that, we're going to choose one at a time and do our offset. So again, we're just going to make it a white background with no cut line. I am going to make it a little bit like skinnier or thinner, just to make it look a little bit better. Then you're going to group them and move it over here and resize to your liking. I don't want it to be quite that small. Okay, that looks better. Perfect. All right, we're gonna do the same thing down here. We're gonna create an offset of white. And I'm gonna make it a little bit skinnier. I'm glad that I'm doing this one because now I can show you how to fix it when you get these holes on the inside. You don't move it. What you're gonna do is double click on it and it's gonna break up all these little dots. You're gonna choose the hole where the hole is that you wanna get rid of and then hit delete point. You're just gonna hit it over and over again until you get rid of that hole. I'm gonna get rid of this one inside of this seat as well. And now we will group it all together, shrink it down some, and move it over here. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to save it really quick. I'm going to share these dimensions with you as well. I believe they're the exact same. They should be. So all of these headers, this one, and the weekly check-in header are all going to be a width of 1.25 and a height of 6.44. That's all my headers across the board, whether it's monthly view, budget, whatever it is. If it's a header, it's going to be that size because it's a 7x9 planner. So across the board, that's your header size. You can tweak it if you like your header to hang over a little bit. I try to get it pretty close to where it's right on the line, but you know, you kind of have to decide what you want it to look like if you're making your own stickers. And then all of these skinnier lines are going to be 0.25 in a width and that same height or close to it, or that same length. So this one particularly just says 6.438, so it's a little bit off from the 6.44. Sometimes when you type in your, see that one's a little bit over it, but they're close to that, or no, that one's actually the same, 6.44. Sometimes when you go to type in your exact dimensions, for whatever reason, it won't always take it for every single sticker for me. Sometimes I type in 6.44 and it will make it 6.439 or 6.438. So it gets close, but it just depends on, I guess, the sticker. I don't really know why it does that, but it does that. So that is kind of my dimensions here. To make these little things, I just, again, did the same dimensions and then added the words spent and remaining. I just kind of eyeballed about where I wanted those. These up here, I actually measured to be able to put these letters in, or these words. I measured how big each day box is, or how, like, the width of it. And then I put a box up, lined them all up, and centered each day into that box. So that doesn't really make sense. I can do a video kind of showing you exactly how to make those. I can add that to my design video list because I do have a big list going right now of things that you guys have requested to see. And I definitely don't mind doing them. These videos are easy and they're fun. And I kind of get stuff done when I do them because I get to make my kits with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Actually, whoa. I need to show you one other thing. So I'm going to save this really quick. And I want to kind of give you a little tip. I have had people ask, I've shown this in another video, so this is not a new tip, but I have had people ask, what do you do when you print them out and then you cut them and you have a little bit of white on the outside of your sticker? So let's say you're cutting this blue one and your printer or your cutter doesn't cut exactly on the blue, it kind of cuts a little bit of white. To avoid that happening, all you do is go to page setup, you're going to go over to the registration marks and you're going to hit print bleed. I set my print bleed at 0.20. Come on. There we go. So now when it prints, it's going to print a little bit of an extra like layover from the sticker. So I'm going to save that and do the same thing to the other one. So we're going to go here and we're going to give it a print bleed as well. And I will save it. Okay, so I think that is it now. I have shown you guys before how I do my send to cutter. So I'm not going to include that in this video. You can definitely go back and watch that to get all of my numbers for that. I think I shared that in my August monthly design with me. So go back to last week and watch that one to get those numbers. If you guys have any other questions or any specific design with me that you want to see, if it's something very specific that I make, leave that in the comments below and I will do my best to get a video up for you guys in the coming months with that specific design with me video. yeah, I think that's it. So make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can stick around for all those videos, and I will catch you guys in the next one. All right, bye guys.